You know, there's a reason more customers choose one New Zealand company to build their homes. Trust. GJ Gardner have worked up and down the country for over 20 years now, and they've earned a solid reputation with Kiwis. And you've just voted them Reader's Digest Most Trusted Home Builder again. So, if you're thinking about creating the home you've always wanted, talk to the team at GJ Gardner Homes, New Zealand's most trusted home builder, officially.
There's a city somewhere that isn't so big as large on life. A smart little city where the great outdoors is right on our doorstep. Where everything is close and the people even closer. Where making friends is pulling up a chair, grabbing a bite, drinking it all in. Where you'll find extraordinary flavours, talented makers, movers and shakers around every corner, down every lane. And the best that you can get is a stone's throw that way or that way. Nothing is too far or too far out. A place to get going, to have fun, to wind it up or wind down. Let's get closer. Extraordinary Nelson City.
When building a new home, you want to feel confident knowing you're in good hands.
I was renting and I looked at building. I picked up on some bed spending habits for me to have a healthier deposit.
How would you summarise the process of building with GJ?
So my career is in the New Zealand Defence Force. It requires me to travel around the country and overseas. The build was conducted while I was overseas. Communication between myself and GJ was simple. And the day I got the keys, I was so excited that I moved in straight away, and I really love my home.
Talk to New Zealand's most trusted building team. Visit gjgardner.co.nz.
Finding your way to extraordinary can take a little time, or maybe a lot. It depends on your perspective and what you're looking for. Surprising flavours, amazing angles, big tastes, unforgettable views. Arriving somewhere as far from ordinary as you can imagine. You'll find a natural place, pristine and perfect as can be. Native birds, dense bush, wildlife at your fingertips. Water lapping, impossibly golden beaches. Walking through an ancient wilderness, returning to itself after all this time. Named for an explorer, but not the only one, not the first, and not the last. Will you be next? Find your way to extraordinary Abel Tasman.
The digital age means that your sport events can now be streamed live to national and global audiences with flexible delivery across multiple devices and platforms. NZsport.tv and Digital Vision Live work together to create multiple solutions for online broadcasting of sport events. We believe we make a real difference and provide a better live streaming experience. We can interface seamlessly with all broadcast options including Sky Sport Live and skysportnext, and simulcast to social media and other live TV. Digital Vision Live has also developed our own platform that provides a reliable and consistent stream with superior quality and unlimited viewership, as well as on-demand playback. This gives us full control over the broadcast and means we can adapt to the many challenges of a live sports production. We can also add pay-per-view options. For seamless streaming and consistent quality away from land-based internet, we use multiple cellular networks and we work directly with providers to develop network solutions if needed. Best of all, however, with everything we do, we can provide off-site production via remote studio or virtual server with mixing of multiple cameras, remote commentary and online scoring. This means a lower footprint at the venue and reduced costs. Another advantage, you can access as much of the platform as you wish and make use of multiple playlists for archived games and highlights and embed them on your own website. Together, nzsport.tv and Digital Vision Live utilise a wealth of experience to provide quality streaming of local, national and international events. Anything live streaming in sport, you should be talking to us. We are sure we can help.
Hi, I'm Dean Wilson and we're at the Tahunanui Beach Reserve for the first round of the GJ Gardner Homes New Zealand Beach Volleyball Tour. We've got the Nelson Super Slam. It's the first of 5 stops on the national tour this year, and thanks to skysportnext, we're about to go live and see some semi-finals and finals action here at the beautiful Nelson.
Hello and welcome to the women's final here at the GJ Gardner Homes Beach Tour in the sunny Nelson. Weather conditions, the breeze is picking up, it's very warm out here.
Yep, we're fortunate it's Brendan Crichton and Libby here doing the women's final. In for a bit of a treat here. We've got the top 2 seeds that have made their way through, that obviously know each other very well. So we're looking for some fireworks today, I would imagine, Libby.
Being called on the court right now is Olivia Mcdonald. She is from the Naki, residing in Auckland. Already being called on the court is Alice Zeimann, her partner. From Christchurch, residing also in Auckland. Julia Tilley in the opposition team, all the way from Gisborne, residing in Tauranga, and her partner Shauna Polley, also from Waikato I believe, and both from Tauranga.
We've got 4 of New Zealand's most experienced women's volleyballers at the moment here, would you say, Liv?
Yes, probably 4 of the top girls right here that you're going to see play today. Very strong girls out there on the court and experienced, I must say.
Yeah, and they know each other's game very well because they have been rotating through the tournaments, and I think are continuing to do through the rest of the tour. So, and they train together as well. So we're expecting a tight battle today.
Oh, Olivia! First point of the day, swinging straight through the sand.
Well, what a way to start the final. If we get every point is like that, we're definitely in for some fireworks today. It's a great way to start. We've got Alice Seaman with the float serve.
And another banger from the Macdonald and Zeimann pairing.
Yeah, it's good to see Alice swinging away there. She doesn't get as much opportunities at that front court as what Olivia does, so roles reversed a little bit there.
Bit of a tough float serve there, use of the wind. Was a very wide set just then, but Julia managed to get it back in the court, and tough pick up for Alice, just going out.
Another jump float down the line. And a nice little pokey over the block there from Olivia.
You can see the crowds rolling in this arvo. Everyone's out and about ready for the finals.
Just Tilley and Polley just swinging line there, only just out.
Yeah, just going a bit wide. I think still adjusting to the wind. It's changing a little bit, dying off and then picking up again. First service error today by Olivia Mcdonald.
Another jump float, trying to serve into the seam there.
Very nice pick up from Julia, but just going out the side of Shauna. So this is our first side switch.
Which we do every 7 points.
Yeah, every 7 points, just to keep the game for each player at the same advantage with the wind, sun. One of Julia's favourites there, just poking over the block. Very hard to defend. Drops quite quickly, so the blocker doesn't have too much time to come around.
And good communication from Shauna, telling her where to place that ball as well.
Great rally here. Awesome communication by those two, Julia and Shauna.
Great defence from both sides there, really working hard for that point. If the rest of the match is like this, then we'll be in for a treat this afternoon. Nice tight start, 5-4 to Zeimann Macdonald. Oh, tight set on the net there.
Managed to joust that in their favour.
Do you want to explain what a joust is, Libby? Just for
for those who don't know the volleyball language, a joust is pretty much a tight ball over the net where the two players are going up and essentially pushing as hard as they can against each other to put the ball on the opposite side of the net to win the point.
Yeah, they're always good fun, especially when you win the point.
Yes.
Alice with a jump float cross court. Nice up there.
Olivia, great pull and pick.
Cutting right onto the tape there. Perfection almost. Great defence from Alice, but good second contact hit, trying to catch them unawares.
Oh.
Another very good point there. Just a little bit late on the block, but Tilley and Polley using all their knowledge there.
You see Shauna take the option back over on 2. In volleyball there's 3 touches, but you don't always have to use all 3. You can go over in 1 or 2.
Jump float's just gone a little bit long. You can be a little bit more aggressive at that end into the wind. So just long. So again, another change of ends after another 7 points. Got Olivia on serve here. Olivia Mcdonald jump serve here. Nice up.
Awesome spot, seeing that Julie and Shauna are both caught on the same side of the court and putting it straight to sand to finish the rally and get the point. Float serve.
Oh, good hustle just to keep it alive. Oh. Nice swing there by Alice. Just hitting that jumbo just nice and deep.
We have a timeout to Julie and Shauna. Probably a good time in the game. Alice and Liv have had a few points just go their way, so the team just want to regroup, think about what they're going to do next, and hopefully have a strong coming out of the timeout, which is always the best.
Only in beach volleyball, only one timeout allowed per set. Indoor, you're allowed 2. But I do agree, Liv. I think it's a good timeout to have at the moment. There's just a little bit of momentum for Zeimann Macdonald, but given the experience of Tilley and Polley, I know that they'll fight back and regroup from this.
Back on the court, and we've got Alice Seaman to serve.
Oh, an ace serve there from Alice. Be happy with that. Not really what you want after calling a timeout.
Yes, great serve. Making great use of the wind.
Just a bit unlucky with that cut shot. It's the right idea. Some more good service pressure from Alice.
Great high set. On 2 just to finish. Great option there.
Another great rally though from both sides. Some good quality volleyball there, and Shauna just cutting that nicely into the space.
It is a major point for them right now. They want to get a couple more here just to steady themselves.
Just want to keep it close and just keep chipping away. Well, that's just
that'll be a replay, I think. Just a bit of a confusion there with server.
Yeah, the referee's just called a tie ball on that, so they'll just replay that point.
Awesome float serve by Shauna. Alice getting up there. Julia finishing it with one of her favourite shots.
It's just good composure on attack from Shauna and Julia there. They were in control of that point the whole time.
So if you're just joining us, we are here at the GJ Gardner Homes in Nelson Beach Volleyball Tournament as part of the tour. This is the first of 4 stops. Next we're in Ruakaka in Northland. Then we're in Cathedral Square down in Christchurch, and then finishing off in the Mount. We have got Julia Tilley and Shauna Polley as one team in the final, and Olivia Mcdonald and Alice Zeimann, who are currently up. We're just in technical timeout.
Yep, so we have a technical timeout every set at 21 points. Just a free timeout for the players, I guess officials. Just a chance just to regroup, a little break, refocus, reset. Some goals going towards, I guess, the bottom half of the set. So a little bit of work to do here for Tilley and Polley. Seaman and Macdonald have got a little bit of control, but I'm expecting a bit of a fight back here in the back end of this set. Look.
Olivia pulling out the top spin. Nice point there for Julia and Shauna coming out of the timeout.
Yeah. Julia getting up there and just really banging that down. Great to see. It's the sort of point you want to win coming off a stoppage.
An unwanted service error there.
I think just mixing it up, going for a shorter jump float, which we haven't seen a lot of today.
Yes, a lot of them have been going deep. It makes the perception very hard. You don't know if they're dropping or going out.
And Alice returning the favour, giving the serve straight back, unfortunately. Oh, good jump serve. That was a bit unlucky from Tilley and Polley there. They peeled off the net quite nicely there defensively, just didn't quite get it up on first contact. Another jump serve from Olivia.
Awesome serve straight into the wind.
Well, it's a tight second contact on the net there.
Olivia using her height and getting up there first to the ball.
I think Zeimann and Macdonald have certainly taken control of this set.
Yes, the stronger, they're keeping up there at the moment. Bit of a serve wide there. Topspins aren't always the easiest.
Speaking from experience?
Yeah, speaking from experience. They sometimes go in or don't even make the net.
Oh, you only got two options, in or out.
Awesome up by Julia just then.
Yeah, Julia peeled off really, really nicely there off the net to take that.
Olivia having a swing, but just into the net.
It's another 7 points, another change of ends.
Let's see how the Julia and Polley and Tilley can use this side to the advantage.
Jump float
Nice
on
one
Alice,
there.
who couldn't control it.
So the wind is blowing towards the screen, so left side is...
I'll tell you, the wind's coming
Is
a
it?
little bit from the north.
Oh, yeah.
If people know Nelson. So it's a sea breeze coming straight off the water at the moment.
Don't know my geography.
Bit of local knowledge. That's about all I've got.
So in beach volleyball, it's always better and to your advantage playing into the wind. It's a lot more difficult with it blowing from behind you. So left side of the court is definitely at advantage at the moment. Bit of a net touch there by Liv.
Yep. She's just a little bit over aggressive and a little bit eager on that, and just pushed a bit too hard on the tape there. They've got a couple of points to play with though, but they still want to side out on this point if they can. Let's jump float onto Alice from Shauna. Oh, great up.
Awesome defense by the girls, just being right in the right spot.
That is fantastic. Got a nice deep pokey into the corner to win what was a very entertaining point. Some great hustle from both sides here. Those sort of points can just give you a little bit of momentum as well. You've had to work really hard.
Second option.
Yeah, I think both these teams are, pulling out all their tricks and experience at the moment. There's definitely a lot of different combinations that they're trying out there.
Yeah.
They're really working hard. They're thinking about what they're doing. You notice the communication within teammates has been fantastic, trying to give clear instructions of what to do.
Alice with the huge line swing.
We're on set point already.
Yeah, we have set point to Zeimann and Macdonald.
Oh, good peel off again.
Awesome option by Shauna there.
Shauna just saw that space on second contact again and just took that opportunity. Got a really quite decent crowd here today. I'd say, sort of looking around, there might be 200 to 300 people watching this final.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Which is fantastic.
Hard luck on that last serve, which finishes the first set here in the women's final.
Yep, so Seaman and Macdonald taking that first set out 21-15 against Tilley and Polley. We'll have a little bit of an ad break before we come back for the second set.
You know, there's a reason more customers choose one New Zealand company to build their homes. Trust. GJ Gardner have worked up and down the country for over 20 years now, and they've earned a solid reputation with Kiwis. And you've just voted them Reader's Digest Most Trusted Home Builder again. So, if you're thinking about creating the home you've always wanted, talk to the team at GJ Gardner Homes, New Zealand's most trusted home builder, officially.
Oh, okay.
And now I've got to be like, hello Hayden. But she hasn't quite done it yet, so she did it on the first point. I thought, I can't do it now.
We're back on. Right. Do you want me to go to back? Welcome back.
Yep.
Well, welcome back to the second set of the Nelson Super Slam 5-star GJ Gardner event here in Nelson. First set was taken out by Seaman and Macdonald, 15-21 over Tilley and Polley. So we're ready for second set action. We're starting with Alice with a jump float.
Yeah, we'll see what the girls can bring out this set. Julia and Shauna having to probably work a lot more harder just as they're set down. Hopefully they've worked it out in the break that we had.
Well, they certainly got the start they wanted, Libby. I mean, a great point to start the set off.
Strong.
Let's see if they can kick on, get a bit of momentum from that. Oh, another tight set. You just see the wind, they don't set often, but you just see the wind getting hold of that. There's a bit of height in there and just dragging it tight on the net.
So you may see around the area we're in, we're kind of in a little bit of a bowl with the dunes over by the sea, but as soon as the set gets higher than those, the wind can just push it anywhere.
Almost classic there, it got hold of it a little bit too. It's very deceptive. Anything that's maybe 3 metres high off the ground, that wind is actually, you can't see it, but it's there.
Live with the float serve. Alice showing what she's got.
There's a great banger down the line from Alice there. That looked good on replay, that's for sure. Again, trying to catch him out on second contact, and Alice Seaman returned the favour. It's good to see that they're winning their points clean as well.
Yeah.
You know, the volleyball is at the high standard.
It's good volleyball. Nice little overline. For those who don't know what an overline is, pretty much it's a nice little roll over the block to the bare sand just down the line. Often sometimes a very hard shot to run down when you get it quite tight to the tag.
For a real tight cut on that, and just rolled across the tape, and unfortunately dropped up on Olivia Mcdonald's side.
First end switch in the second set of the women's final. 4-3. Julia and Shauna are up.
Much better start from Julia and Shauna here. Certainly putting a little bit more pressure on earlier on the set.
Very great shot there, just tagging the line. Another overline shot.
Can't get much tighter than that. Another cross-court jump float. Another great cut.
A cut shot is one of those ones that you either to the left or right of the blocker, just shaving the net. A very difficult shot to defend. Shauna's serve just then, topspin just goes a bit long.
A little bit of risk reward on that serve. Unfortunately it didn't pay off, but well worth it, especially early on in the set.
Yep.
Take that gamble a little bit. If it comes off, it gives you a little bit of momentum.
Very nice there, just splitting the front court and back court up.
Yeah, very smart hit by Shauna there.
Straight through the seam. Seam is pretty much middle. Great pick by Olivia. Those net rollers aren't easy to get.
No, they're not. And to get a good result out of that, I'll be well pleased. Alice Seaman back to serve. I'd imagine it'll be a jump float. That's her staple. Oh, great block. Another fantastic rally by both teams. Tilley and Polley taking that one out with some real smart play on second contact.
Yeah, when the rally starts to get long, it's always best to just whip out whatever option you got just to push it straight to sand and get that point over and done with.
So 7-7, changing ends again. We've got a very tight set here to start with. Well, couldn't be any tighter really, Libby,
Yeah,
could it?
couldn't be any tighter. The girls are both communicating well, going strong.
That's what we want. Close game. It brings out the best in both players, in both teams actually. Sorry.
Just another wide set serve, by Olivia Mcdonald.
There's been a few missed serves this set. I think both teams actually risking a bit early on in the set to see if they can get a little bit of a break. So there's been a bit of heat on some of those serves. Can you see the wind taking that set?
Oh, Liv driving it through the ground like her brother back in the neck. He drives his bulldozer. Hi, Hayden.
Yes, you wouldn't believe it, but Libby has been waiting to say that.
Thank you, Olivia, for doing that.
No favouritism at all.
Another swing back at her by Julia, though.
It's a good hit from Julia. being aggressive, nice and deep. Tried to peel off the net there, I think, Olivia, but just couldn't get back in time to defend.
Tilley and Polley just up by 1 point at the moment, still very tight. Bit of, not lack of communication, but just not sure who was supposed to grab that ball. But when you're trying to think fast, it's not always the easiest.
And those swings off blocks, it can be a lottery sometimes. You just got to make that adjustment so quickly. And in the sand, as you'd all know, it's not that easy to change direction and move.
Here in Nelson, though, the sand's actually quite nice. It's the nicest sand I've been on so far as a player.
Thank you. That's Nelson for you. Nicest place in New Zealand. Sorry, we digress. We should be focusing on the volleyball action, not how beautiful Nelson is.
So there was a nice little hustle going in Tilley and Polley's favour.
Still a very tight set here. 10-9 to Tilley and Polley.
Nice read there by Julia Tilley.
We've got another good rally shaping up here. Both teams actually seem to know each other very well.
Yes, right in the right spot at the right time.
Great work at the net there.
So you would have seen Shauna. Oh, as I was saying, Shauna, 2 touches there. In beach volleyball, the blocker can touch the hit and then re-pick it up again. And obviously, only 3 touches are allowed, so Julia had to have the option of putting it over.
I think we've got a timeout called here. Certainly this set's anyone's at the moment. There's hardly been more than a point that's separated them the whole set here.
Yes.
I'm just trying to get some clarification on what the actual score is. You'll see.
Oh, here we go, yep.
Yeah.
10-11, so technical timeout here.
I think it might be 9-11. I think we just might need to make an adjustment on the screen, but
yeah. Oh well, as the crowd's building up, thank our sponsors, the main one, GJ Gardner Homes, and especially as it's so sunny, Aloe Up, and the locals, Chia Sisters and Little Beauties, which are my favourite, little kiwi fruits, and the Nelson City Council, Proper Crisps, and Beach Days, which is one of the helpers of this tournament here in Nelson.
Yeah, I think with anything, you need your sponsors. They do an awesome job.
They're awesome here.
And they sort of follow this tour around the country, so definitely get out of there and support them as much as you possibly can. And they're all locals, local companies as well, New Zealand companies, which is even more important.
Yeah, and also big thanks to Macassar. The NZ Beach Tour has switched over to Macassar volleyballs, which are, I have to say, everyone's favourite, so they're the ones out there getting smashed around today.
We've got our technical timeout now.
Okay.
And I think the score, yes, there is actually a little bit of a gap now, so it's, what, 9-12 we've got there to Zeaman Macdonald over Tilley Polley.
I think maybe the wind's even picked up a little bit more now. You can probably see in the camera all the kite surface out on the ocean. It's getting up there a bit more. Might be even a different wind for the men's final, which is coming up next.
Yeah, but hopefully this might go to a third. It'll just certainly make it interesting if it does.
Here's hoping, yes. Julia to serve out of the technical timeout. Oh, very difficult serve there.
Is that score around the right way?
No.
Just go and check with them who's on
Awesome. Actually, no, not A, sorry. That was just wide for Julia. At the moment, just on the screen, scores incorrect. We will get that for you very soon. Awesome positioning.
Just couldn't quite peel off fast enough there, unfortunately, but was working hard. It's just a little bit unlucky. Just a little bit tight on the net there, just no room to play with there, unfortunately. The score is 13-12 to Tilley Polley at the moment. Yep. We've now got it correct, sorry, for a few of those technical difficulties.
Technology these days.
Yeah, I know. Back in my day, technology didn't exist in the 80s. And we have a net touch there by Olivia.
That's a harsh point at this time of the game. You want to be keeping as many unforced errors out of the play as possible.
So a little bit of a mini break here for Tilley and Polley. A good swing by Olivia Mcdonald, tight on the line down there. It was a good touch by Shauna, but just couldn't quite get that ball up. Another unforced error. It's closed right up now, 14-all. Certainly nothing between these two teams. A shout out too to the officials. We've got Mike Kopp up there, first referee. He's done an outstanding job this weekend, especially when you're standing up there in weather like this. Overpass there. Polley
awesome
and Tilley making the most
from all girls.
Another great rally, and every time we have one of those rallies, which there's been several of in this women's final, the crowd really showing their appreciation.
Olivia just wiping sand off her glasses.
Yeah, I suppose that's a bit of a hazard in beach, isn't it?
Yeah. When you get a chunk of sand in your eye, it's not fun.
Olivia going for the float serve rather than her jump.
Awesome high reach by Liv there.
She's actually won a few points to the net, Olivia, hasn't she?
Yeah.
She's been quite effective there.
This game she's been quite dominant at the net, as usual though, but...
We have a timeout called by Tilley and Polley.
Yeah. Alice and Liv have just caught up a little bit, got a few points in a row on them. Shauna and Julia will probably be hoping to break the little momentum that they have going at the moment. Just regroup and plan for the first point out of the timeout.
Yeah, it's getting near the business end of the second set, and there really isn't a lot in this. And you know, I just hope that both teams come out and are clean with their points. They try and just take those opportunities rather than unforced errors, which we haven't had a lot of. It's been a good quality final.
Yeah. Oh, there's a swing from Julia.
And that's a crucial point there. You know, that's the difference between 1 point behind or 3 points behind. You know, just closing that gap and keeping the pressure on.
Awesome coming out of the timeout, doing that also. The wind's just starting to move that ball a little bit more.
I don't know if that was almost a tool there, Libby, was it? Which is
Yeah.
a term we'll use a lot in indoor, but it doesn't happen as much in beach. And that's just, you know, seeing where that block is and hitting into the block.
Yep. Can sometimes be used in beach, not often, because it's obviously a lot harder to defend. Blockers out here are very good.
Well, we have got, you know, 4 of New Zealand's best beach players here, very experienced and really putting on a show for the crowd. Oh, you'll take that paintbrush all day of the week.
Miss hit by Julia, but in this situation you got to take what you get. It's another crucial point there. Yeah, as you're saying, these girls are very experienced, a lot of overseas experience actually.
Yeah, which is great, and to think that they can be playing in front of a crowd where the rest of the world, well, Northern Hemisphere, nice and cold, let alone people outdoors doing things. We're very privileged to be in that position.
Yes, Olivia Mcdonald and Alice Zeimann both went on scholarships to the States. I believe Alice Seaman went to Minnesota for indoor but switched to Florida State for beach volleyball, and Olivia Mcdonald went to Arizona.
Shauna, Polley and Tilley have also had a lot of overseas experience.
Yes, being on some tour podiums, making great results for NZ.
So we're at 18 all in the second set here. Neither team can get any breathing space. Get it 1 or 2 points
here
away, and they just the other team's fighting back all the time. It's fantastic.
Another joust. Olivia wins that one.
Again, Olivia
Huge.
showing some real strength on the net of those balls that have been tight. You just see on the replay here. So she's just last to touch the ball. It makes all the difference. Really risk reward on that. 19 all. This could really go either way. I wouldn't want to make a call, would you?
No.
I'd like to. I am a betting man sometimes, but another tight on the net.
Another very tight set.
It's a net touch on Olivia Mcdonald there. We have set point for Tilley and Polley, and they've worked very hard for it. Can they take this one opportunity? Can they do it now? Jump float.
Oh, Olivia again.
I think that was reasonably emphatic. No, you're not having set point there.
No.
Well, you're not having the set there on set point.
So still no longer set point. In volleyball, you have to. In beach volleyball, you have to win by 2 points. So it could go on forever.
First to 21 or win by 2. Again, smart play from Tilley and Polley there.
So yes, another set point to Tilley and Polley. Can they finish it off this time?
This is great side-out volleyball. This is the opportunity. There we go.
Oh, and they finish the set.
There's nothing between these two, and we're going to be treated to a third set to 1 set all. We'll just have a short ad break, and we'll be back for the third and exciting set.
Oh,
no, we're going to keep rolling apparently.
So here the girls have to. We have another coin toss to decide who has choice of whether they want to choose side, serve or receive.
We had the old classic rocks, paper, scissors, actually.
Oh, missed that one.
Look, I couldn't pick this. There's nothing between these two teams. There's very fine margins. And like we said earlier, these two teams train together, so they know each other extremely well. And it's actually showing today here. And I think the fact that it's going to 3 sets, it's great volleyball, and who wouldn't want another set of volleyball at this level and be entertained? We've got nothing better to do on a Sunday afternoon. You've mowed the lawns, walked the dog.
Definitely a very good final.
The men's final will be coming up after this. It's scheduled for 3 o'clock, but it may be a smidgen after that, depending on how long this third set might go in the women's final here in Nelson at the GJ Gardner Super Slam, which is the first event on the tour. And looking forward to another 3. There's one in the Cathedral Square in Christchurch, which will just be an amazing setup down there. Tour final on the mountain up in Ruakaha in a couple of weeks.
Beautiful
or in a
up
week's
there.
time.
So yeah, girls are back on the court now. Let's see where this third set takes us.
Third set's a little bit different to the first 2. It's only to 15.
Yeah, only to 15.
And they'll change ends every 5 points, not 7.
Just keeping that advantage even. Straight off the bat, Julia with the awesome swing, making it a strong start to this third set. Making sure to be very dominant and aggressive.
At the start of every set, we've had a point exactly like that.
Yes.
Been a fantastic way to start. Sets the tone nice and early. And again, banging away.
Swinging strong from all girls actually.
Definitely some heat on those hits. You don't want to let the other team get away when the sets are a little bit shorter. You just don't have that time to fight back.
No. Awesome idea from Alice, just not being able to execute.
Tilley and Polley couldn't have asked for a better start though, Libby. I mean, 3-0 up.
Nah.
But they've all been 3 quality points. You can't ask for much more than that.
Way to just get the point there.
That's a great side out that by Olivia.
Much needed too. In the third set, it's not rushed, but often feels like it. You got to keep steady and keep going point for point, or
Top spin jump serve by Olivia Mcdonald.
nice serve.
That's a nice little baby roll there. A good up though.
Another strong swing.
Yeah, Tilley and Polley have been actually very aggressive to start the
Yes.
set, and it's reflected on the score of 4-1. They've actually come out swinging hard, which you don't always get in beach volleyball. You
No.
get a little bit more touch and control, but they've actually come out with a lot more aggression.
There's a big power game in this final.
Jump float on Alice. Going line again.
I think that's been her favourite shot this game.
Yeah.
She's been swinging down the line a lot.
It
And
has.
she's executing very nicely as well.
Shauna was there, she'd read it that time, just a little bit unlucky. Well, they're the easiest side outs you ever get.
Yeah. Gives you a little bit of a break too. Especially in this game. The rallies have been long and also very hard.
It's also been, 2 full-on days of quite a bit of volleyball in some pretty warm conditions.
Yes.
Which is what you'd expect, but it still does take a toll on the body.
So we're at 6-2. Tilley and Polley are up. Shauna to serve.
It's tight on the net. Oh, they've called a net touch. Let's have a look on the replay.
Oh, yes.
It was too.
Was too.
Good call by Mike Kopp, the referee.
They'll be thanking the ref right now. I would be.
Wouldn't have a game without him.
No.
They're invaluable. Just Olivia just a little bit off the net.
Yeah,
there, I think.
just not quite pushing.
They are siding out well here, Tilley and Polley, and they've
Yes.
got a little bit of control in this set. A 4-point break.
They've turned up the dial and have come out in the third set a lot
we're already halfway through this set, so that's where you just don't have that opportunity sometimes to get back in that set very quickly. They wouldn't want to give away too many more points here, Zeaman and Macdonald.
Nice pick up by Olivia there.
Is that another jumbo there? Just rolling it deep into that corner.
Yeah, picking on the peeling at the moment. Peeling pretty much means the blocker pulling off of the net when they think that the set is a bit far off and not worth blocking.
Oh, very tight.
Another very tight set. Just hitting the aerial, and you'll see there's one on each side of the net. Pretty much goes over, touches, or around. That means out.
The aerials are just an extension of the lines, really, so you've still got to play within those. So we've got a timeout here by Macdonald and Zeimann. I think this is the last throw of the dice, 9-3. Obviously my maths is correct, 6 points behind, which wasn't too hard to work out, but I think they're going to have to come out from this timeout and try and put a little bit of pressure on, just chip away at that score and just try and put some scoreboard pressure on from behind if they can to get back into the set. It would be nice if they could do that. The final sort of is worthy of being a close competition, so it would be nice to go down to the wire. Conditions have actually pretty much stayed the same all day here today, which is fantastic. I think the wind, even for the men's final, might die off a little bit as we get a little bit later in the afternoon here. There's Olivia, just a little bit too strong on that, swinging, but unfortunately deep and out the back.
Oh, there we go. Awesome point there, nice and strong.
Tilley and Polley have got control here, so if they can just side out regularly, it should be enough for them to get them over the line here. Now the cross-court float serve, and the overpass back to Olivia, and she knew what to do with that.
She said, "Thank you for setting me up there."
Yes, please, I have more of those. Helps when you're 6 foot 100 above the height of the net.
Strong serve.
It was in the seam there, but it's still a great up. A great little baby cut there. That'll win a point all day, that. Great cross-court jump float. Now I think actually Libby using the wind there too, like that sort of pushing into the wind and then dying really quick.
Certainly on that right side of the court where the wind's just coming slightly across the back of you. If you get that spin in the wind, it just drops.
She's trying to repeat that there.
A bit of a risk that they're able to take there to get an extra point. But certainly a favour for Macdonald and Seaman.
So we've got 12-6 here to Tilley and Polley. Certainly in control of the set at the moment. Swinging high into the block. Wasn't much that it could do there.
No.
Smart play again. So we're only 2 points away from championship. Jump float. Back into that corner. Good swing from Alice there, just going across court with a control power. Can we get a side out here from Tilley and Polley to take themselves to championship point?
Another side switch here.
We can certainly say we've been entertained by this game.
Certainly. Alice with her jump float. Oh, that was a close one.
I could even hear the whole crowd there go up with it
Yep.
all.
Alice was there though, she was ready.
Another point or two here off serve could make it interesting. Oh, there we go.
That's 2 errors for Polley and Tilley. They've got a bit of a momentum going, Alice and Olivia. Some crucial points that they've just gained themselves.
Same serve, just trying to replicate what's happened the last couple of points. Oh, there we go, great cut. Even though Alice was there,
Awesome cut there.
gave her no chance at all. So, well, we're here. Championship point. Polley and Tilley. They've certainly deserved it, fighting back in that second set and really had control of this third. Can they take it on first opportunity? They can.
There you have it. Julia Tilley and Shauna Polley have just won the women's final here down in Nelson at the GJ Gardner Homes 5-star tournament.
They certainly seem happy about that, and rightly so. They had to work hard for that, Libby. I mean,
Yeah, coming out of the first set when they were just a little bit down,
yeah, they were.
they really turned themselves around, and that's what volleyball is all about, really. When you get down, you got to come back up, otherwise you make things very difficult.
Exactly, but a great exhibition from two fantastic teams.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will have a chat to the winners in a few seconds and get a word from them. Thank you again to GJ Gardeners for supporting the tour, especially over the last couple of years. We'll be back for the men's final, which is scheduled for 3 o'clock, but it may be a little bit after that, but certainly stay tuned. We'll try and entertain you as best we can with our rough commentary.
Yeah.
But, you know, everyone, God loves a trier, they say.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Julia and Shauna, what an epic 3-set battle. Great victory here in the Nelson Super Slam.
Yeah, super pumped. A bit of a slow start, but really impressed that we just grinded when we needed to and got the win. That's a good one.
Yeah, tremendous win. You lost that first set 21-15 and just turned it around. What do you put that down to, Shauna?
I think we just decided that we weren't losing this game. We came out with like a little bit of a different strategy going into the second set and the third set, and it just really pulled off and worked well for us.
I think it was actually my screaming, just really charge us up.
We just got pumped.
Oh, no, we certainly noticed that. And a great crowd here at the Tahunanui Beach Reserve. Wonderful to see people coming out and supporting this great sport.
Yeah, amazing. The crowd's awesome. Beautiful day. We love coming to Nelson.
And the first leg of the tour, so what's on the agenda next for you, Shauna?
We're off to Ruakaka up north in 2 weeks' time. We're all playing with different partners though, so we're going to be paired up with different partners for that event. So it'll be really interesting dynamic seeing how that goes. But yeah, Ruakaka 22nd and 23rd of January.
Okay, and also we just got to acknowledge our runners-up. A really strong performance from Olivia and Alice here today.
Oh, amazing. It's so good having us just fighting it out against each other. They played really well as well, 3-setter. It's just what we want in New Zealand, to keep lifting that standard.
Yeah, and you're all part of the New Zealand High Performance Unit and gunning for the Olympics, Commonwealth Games, but you've got plenty to play for in 2021.
Yeah, there's a few international events. We'll see if we get to make it to them or not, but we're just trying our best to get the domestic tour as strong as possible, and by mixing up the partnerships, we're just all building and getting better and better every tournament. So that's the main goal, is just all of us getting better at the same time.
Shauna, Julia, fantastic win. The crowd loved it. Epic 3-set battle. Well done. You've taken out the Nelson Super Slam.
Awesome, thanks. And thanks to everyone watching at home. It's awesome to be able to have you guys.
Okay, thanks very much. Well done, guys.